Hello and welcome to the 2008 Magic the Gathering World Championships. I'm Randy Bueller. I'm here with Brian David Marshall, and it is time for the championship match. On the right of your screen, from the United States, Jamie Parke. He's playing a 5-color control deck. On the left of your screen, Antti Malin from Finland playing a Fairies deck. These guys are going to play best 3 out of 5, and somebody is going to walk home with a World Championship title, $45,000 worth of cash, and a spot in Magic history. Who do you think it's going to be, Brian?
I'm winning.
Well, at this point, I would be loath to pick against Jamie based on his just incredible run through this top 8, where he had a terrible matchup in the quarterfinals.
He did.
He had a slightly
against Paulo, Vitor, Rosa. He was playing a Fairies deck.
A slightly less worse matchup in the semis
against Tsuyoshi Ikeda, the Japanese player, in his third top 8,
and he found a way each time.
Yes, he did.
I have to pick Jamie Parke.
Yeah, Antti Malin is playing a Fairies deck. Antti fell down 2-0 in the semis, but managed to dispatch his opponent there, Kerem of Estonia. Antti Malin in his second top 8. Jamie Parke also in his second top 8 of his career. Going to be an interesting match of Magic. And in addition to the world title being on the line, and really a spot in history for one of these players, the United States is threatening to pull off a sweep of all of the major events. Not since the 97-98 season has any one country won every Pro Tour, including Worlds and the Worlds team competition. But that's exactly what the United States will accomplish if Jamie Parke wins this match of Magic. Here comes Rock's War Monk for Jamie Parke. It's the first spell of the game.
Okay.
And Vidillion Click is the answer from Antti Malin. So War Monk resolves, but Antti's going to take a look at Jamie's hand. Sees 2 Cryptic Commands, a Mull Drifter, an Esper Charm, and a second Rock's War Monk. No 4th land, but plenty of action. He's got Vivid Land, Reflecting Pool, so he can play the Charm, he can play the War Monk, he can invoke Mull Drifter. What do you take here if you're Antti Malin?
Depends on what's in his hand. He might want to take the Esper Charm. He might want to take probably going to take the Mull Drifter, though, right? Prevent him from digging himself out of this land stall.
That means Jamie's just going to go aggro with his second Rock's War Monk, right? Rock's War Monk's decent in this match, right? If it comes down early,
sure.
Suddenly
You're just moving in the opposite direction of Neptunes, even if they're force fielding you every turn with their Bitter Blossom.
Right, and not that Antti has a Bitter Blossom.
And this is probably what Antti's working through in his head right now.
Yeah.
Instead, he takes Cryptic Command.
Cryptic Command. Interesting.
Drop.
And Jamie gets to draw a replacement card. And now Antti Malin will get to untap. This was, of course, at the end of Jamie's turn, after Jamie had played the War Monk.
That's one thing that's bad about War Monk is it's just a Sower of Temptation.
Wow.
There's a bad thing about War Monk.
Sower of Temptation is steals the Rock's War Monk.
Yep.
And dealing Click comes over for 3, and that is bad news. I think Jamie's right to just run it out there. Like, how else is he going to play that draw? He's got 2 Rock's War Monks. He's just got to hope there's no Sower. Maybe he gets it countered, he can live with that. Sower of Temptation is really the only bad news. It's about a coin flip, right? 4 copies of Sower in Antti Malin's deck. He's got his opening hand plus a couple. It's like 50 to 60% chance he's going to have a Sower, but in the other 40 to 50% of the games, you're in pretty good shape.
So
I don't think Jamie gets ahead by sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah, Jamie's really looking for a Gem Charm at this point.
Now,
or he also has Wrath of God. Jamie's thinking about his turn.
Run out another War Monk.
And that's what he's going to do.
Yep.
Makes sense. Did draw a 4th land. That's good news for Jamie.
pretty content to just attack for 5 here in the air. Got another sower.
Malin has a Thought Seize. The rest of his hand is a Terror and a Bitter Blossom.
Your 18? Yep, it resolves. It resolves. Yep.
All right, Thought Seize resolves. We see the Mole Drifter, the Esper Charm, and the Cryptic Command we knew about. And is that a Remove Soul? Yes, Remove Soul is the new card. So what do you take if you're Antti Malin? Esper Charm doesn't do much. I think the Cryptic Command last time.
You have to follow through on that? Take the Cryptic Command again?
I think so. I mean, Cryptic Command can bounce Wax Mormont back to Jamie's hand. Yep. That would be pretty annoying, right? Yep, so down goes the second Cryptic Command. It's probably why Antti took the first one. He knew he was going to sow her, and he wanted to just remove those free bounce effects.
One mana in my mana pool.
Terrors the second Wax Mormont.
Floating a black in his hand.
Floating a black, so that he'll be able to now follow up with Bitter Blossom. Wow, what a blowout. His draw has played out spectacularly well for Antti Malin. He's all in, right? He's got no cards left in his hand. He's played everything, but it's pretty impressive. 5 turns, he's played everything, and as a result, he's got a Bitter Blossom, a Rock Swarmunk, a Sower of Temptation, and a Vendilion Click. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 power and counting worth of creatures. Jamie's got 4 lands.
Still has a Mole Drifter.
I guess if he 5th land, full price Mole Drifter that can block Sower would be nice. But it doesn't look like he has a 5th land. Looks like he's forced to evoke Mole Drifter. No, he plays a 3rd Rock Swarmunk.
I mean, this is the deck, right?
Yeah, Jamie has won 2 matches of Magic today with this deck. He won the quarters, he won the semis. That's as many as he won on the entire standard competition day.
He went 2, 3, and 1.
This deck did not do particularly well in the hands of the folks that ran it. It's a variant from a 5-color control. Gabe Nassif tweaked it and tuned it, and Rock Swarmunk was sort of the distinguishing feature, the most original piece of the puzzle. Yeah. Jamie's done. Game 1 quickly goes to Antti Malin. Jamie scoops up his cards and starts thinking about how to sideboard. What happens when they sideboard for this match?
Well, I think they've just come to the conclusion that he needs to have Bitter Blossoms. And he needs to have the Bitter Blossoms, not necessarily to win, but just to match Antti Malin's Bitter Blossoms.
I know that he played 5 games against Paulo, Vitor, Rosa, who was also playing the Fairies deck in the quarterfinals. And at the end of the match, Jamie was sort of shrugging, almost apologetic, having won a match that he wasn't sure he was supposed to win. He's like, yeah, you drew a bunch of land. And Paulo's like, no, you drew Bitter Blossom, and I didn't. And, Paulo's theory is the only way he loses is if Jamie draws a Bitter Blossom, Paulo does not. But that happened twice after sideboarding. In the first game, it's sort of gone in a way that let Jamie win. So Jamie wins 3 out of 5. Bitter Blossoms are in the sideboard of Jamie Park's control deck, mostly for the control mirror. Like, they're really powerful against another 5-color control deck. Against fairies, they're not good late, but if you get one at the beginning of the game, if you are able to play turn 2, it's actually potentially very powerful.
There's a couple of backbreakers in here for Antti Malin. He's got Glenelendra Archmage. It's quite good against 5-color control deck. It's one of the reasons that card has become pretty popular.
Sure.
He's got Mind Shatter.
Really?
So he can, he can just get a little twist on Jamie's hand.
Wow. All right. Jamie takes out Condemns, Wrath of God, Tidings, and Pyroclasm. Puts in Bitter Blossom, 2 Guttural Response, and Epiphany.
What did you go day 1?
3-3.
3-3?
3-3.
Oh, that's funny.
And it works.
2-3-1?
Yeah.
That's funny. These were the 2 worst guys on the day 1 in standard. Antti Malin went 3-3. Jamie went 2-3-1. Everybody else went 4-2 or better. And most of them went 5-1.
Yeah, it's one of the very interesting things about Worlds. The decks that come through into the top 8 are not always representative of what the top tables look like at the end of day 1.
Right.
Because it tests a full range of skills for these players.
Having trained at Johnny Draft, Jamie ran the table 6-0.
Manalu, like fairy control.
You do.
5-1.
I played Lava Spike.
Yeah.
Hard to play.
Mountain Bolt you?
Yep. And Mountain Bolt you.
Where'd you go? 5-1?
5-1.
See, we were talking